Only one evening, he was there. Our eyes locked across a crowded room, and it was as if a magnet drew us irresistibly towards each other. I couldn't believe that he could love me. He was handsome. He was 12 years older than I. He was a hero. He must have met many beautiful, sophisticated, elegant, gorgeous women. Oh, he had. He told me. But he said he'd been looking for me. Our idyll lasted 3 months, until he left on his next mission. I was terrified. It was a very dangerous mission. They said only he could carry it off. I was so afraid. But he reassured me. He said he was a survivor, and he promised me that this would be his last mission. And when he came back, he'd never leave me again. We'd grow old together. The day he left, we had lunch, just the two of us, in a little intimate restaurant. We both knew that it would be many months, perhaps, before we'd be together again. We kept emotion out of our conversation. I think we were both afraid of breaking down. I know if we hadn't, I would have broken down, and I'd have begged him not to go. I imagine you've all been in love. Can you picture what it's like to be terribly in love and know that all you have is a few hours, this moment in time? He took me back to the office, and we said goodbye at the bus stop. I don't think we even said goodbye. As I walked through the door, I turned. He was standing on the pavement, watching me. He smiled and raised his hand to his red parachutist beret. A final salute. He was infiltrated that night. I never saw him again. The mission was successful, but he didn't return, and I was left with a little cameo of a perfect love. Perfect, perhaps, because it had been so brief. When the news that I'd dreaded came through, they tried to comfort me. They told me I should be proud. He was incredibly courageous, a wonderful man, who realized that there was a force of evil in the world that had to be annihilated. But that freedom has a price tag. He paid that price with his life. But I didn't want a dead hero. I didn't want a medal in a velvet box. I wanted Bill. All those agents in the secret army were volunteers. They didn't have to go, but they went. Almost half of them never returned. Like Bill, they gave their youth, their joie de vivre, their hopes and dreams for the future. They gave their all for us. They gave their todays so that we might have our tomorrow.